Welcome, everybody. Welcome back. It's been a minute since we've done anything wrestling or UFC, mixed martial arts related. But this is the large guys fight bites. And no, these are not the normal co-hosts. This is not the normal Kyle. We took one L off. We've got two of my boys from Houston, two guys that I try to talk a little UFC with, mixed martial arts with, even wrestling with, whenever I can. I trust their opinion because honestly, I have no fighting experience. I've never rolled, grappled, whatever you guys do. But you guys have, and so I do respect your opinions. You guys are very in tune with what's going on in the fight world. So I wanted to bring you guys on. It's been a while, like I said, since we've done Fight Bites, and I'm really excited for 269 because my guy, Charles Dubronx Oliveira, is fighting.
Oh, you're a Charles guy?
I am.
Oh,
come on, man. We watched that. We watched the Chandler fight. We watched the Chandler fight at your house. I went crazy, bro. I went crazy.
Like crazy fight.
I thought you were sad with me when.
No, I was happy. I mean, look,
man.
Like in this fight and the Chandler fight, it's not like I dislike his opponents.
I just like Dubronx. I was sad with you.
All right, it's all right. You guys can have your corny Captain America wannabes that are fighting their ways in the lower promotions. That's fine. You can have those guys.
On the card.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, we got Winter Soldier on the card.
That's true. That's fair. And then when he loses, I don't know what the Marvel equivalent Justin Gaethje is, but he's gonna lose too. So it's fine. It's fine. But we'll get to that. Before we get to any of our takes here, I do want to introduce you guys. So we're gonna start with Kyle Nunez. Kyle, let the people know who you are, what you're all about.
My name is Kyle with one L. I'm from Houston, Texas, born and raised. And I do jiu-jitsu, been doing it for 10 years. And yeah, it was because I was watching MMA all those years ago is why I got into martial arts in general. So yeah.
Did beating up your brother every day of the week help you when you were younger?
Yeah, actually, it was probably pro wrestling that really got me into it. So yeah.
Hey man,
I'm not gonna lie.
Sounds about right. Yeah. And then you just wanted to do it for real.
Dude, ask most of the jiu-jitsu guys I know. I say half of them really like pro wrestling. Yeah, so it's
makes
kind
sense,
of art,
man. Yeah, they're both an art,
yeah.
form. Just one scripted, and the other one you could die.
Predetermined.
So yeah, predetermined. Yeah, there you go, predetermined. I like that. And of course, we have our other guest, also from Houston, Texas, Jeremy Marquez. Jeremy, let the people know who you are. Introduce yourself.
What's going on, guys? My name is Jeremy Marquez. I'm also from Houston, Texas. This is an all Houston show. I'm happy.
God, man, it's about time.
I know.
It's about time.
It's about time.
Jeez.
God.
I know. So I am a lifelong martial artist as well. I did Taekwondo for almost 10 years. And then I transitioned into Muay Thai 2 years ago. So I've been doing that. I did a little Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well. Not with Kyle because he would strangle me and then I wouldn't be able to walk for a couple of days after. But I have an appreciation for wrestling and grappling and martial arts as a whole. So how I got into watching MMA is I had DirecTV as a kid, but I didn't have I was very limited on my channels, and I would be watching all the pay-per-view previews of UFC and Pride back when they were still big. And I'm like, oh man, who are these people? And I would look them up on YouTube and watch fights through YouTube. So now I'm able to do that every weekend at Kyle and Kim's house. So
there we go. It's good to have friends, man.
Dude, 2020. That was the year of UFC 2020.
So we're talking UFC 269. We're gonna start with the early prelim, just gonna kind of run down the whole card. Not sure how much we're gonna say about these first few fights, but just wanted to show some love. So we have let's see, the first match of the night, women's flyweight bout, Jillian Robertson, who I am familiar with because of her red
Yeah.
hair. And Priscilla Cachoeira, is that her name?
Yeah, that's how I'd pronounce it.
Okay, if that was
Um,
incorrect, sorry.
A girl that has a lot of finishes too, like TKOs. So
Okay,
that's
there we
it's
go.
kind of a rare. I think this one, yeah, this one's a pretty good starter.
Yeah.
Okay.
For the card. Yeah.
Next fight we have is the bantamweight bout between Randy Costa and Tony Kelly. Okay.
I actually never seen anyone fight. So
Yeah.
I
The
will
Randy
say,
Costa
like,
name sounds kind of familiar, but I would have to really look. These two guys I don't know too much about.
those are the
Yeah.
only two guys I just never seen fight, literally. So
next fight we have the featherweight bout between Ryan Hall and Derek Minner. Is it
hey,
Minor?
shout out to
Minner?
Ryan Hall. Minor, or I'll say Minner, yeah.
Sure.
But you know, Ryan Hall, man, broke my heart last fight, but he should. I looked at the odds. He's a favorite, so he should. All the jiu-jitsu world's praying. I'm Joseph, I'm not even like exaggerating. All the jiu-jitsu community will huddle around this guy. Like we will send him all our energy, what we got to do, you know, spirit ball, you know, just I'm not
Literally.
kidding, dude.
So give me
all the jiu-jitsu guys go for this guy.
and why is that? Because I mean, he's not
Okay.
the only jiu-jitsu guy out there. So give me the whole thing
Okay.
about Ryan Hall.
So his style is unique. Mainly he was a gi guy, no gi guy, and you know, he went to the Olympics, pretty much the Olympics of jiu-jitsu, ADCC. Did pretty well there. Transitioned to fighting, but his style is one. He throws a lot of kicks, a lot of high kicks, roundhouse kicks, spinning kicks, and if you get too close, he will dive on your legs. Like, not for like a double leg. He'll literally roll on the ground to grab a leg lock. And most guys run away. So he's won matches where he would kick, like doesn't even barely throws a punch, and he would just dive on your legs. So not many guys want to tangle with them on the ground. Unfortunately, his last fight, it was against a guy that's actually really good. And yeah, he got caught. And but he's back, and hopefully I looked at Derek Minner's record. He has a lot of submissions too, so I would not be surprised if we see a very grappling oriented. It's either going to be really boring on a stand-up, or it's going to be really exciting on the ground. So, you know, who knows?
Awesome. Well, I will go out of my way to watch this one. All right. Next we have the flyweight bout of Alex Perez and Matt Schnell.
So this is a very, very good fight because both of these guys are ranked in the flyweight division. I think Perez is number 4 and Schnell is number 9.
Yep.
Yeah.
Both of them are coming off of a loss, so they're really looking forward to get back in and get a dub. I would have to say Perez's his record is pretty good, and his last loss was against the former champ Figueiredo, and his resume is really, really good too. He's a Team Oyama guy, so he works with Carla Esparza, so the wrestling is on point.
Nice.
And then Schnell is the AKA guy. So his last fight was the pay-per-view in Houston, and he lost via decision. But if I'm going to give an edge, I'm going to probably go with Perez.
Yeah.
Solid. And then to round out the early prelims, we have the women's flyweight bout of Miranda Maverick. I only know her because of her name. I've seen her fight a couple times. And Aaron Blanchfield. And then... Yeah, not really much to say there, I guess.
Well,
and then we have
they're hoping Miranda Maverick shows up that night, because I think they're looking for stars in that division, and
and they've been patiently waiting for her, I think.
Yeah.
So Yeah, hopefully she wins. And then there's a middleweight bout, Andre Muniz and Eric Anders.
Eric
Let's go.
Anders has like the best nickname. Is it Eric your boy Anders? That's like
I forgot. No,
Yeah,
it
it's
is
I think
boy.
it's your boy.
It is your boy.
Well, Andre Nunez, I always believe that the UFC matches certain people up because they want they're hoping one succeeds to become a star and the other is sort of just a test. Andre Nunez is that guy that they're looking to see. All right, because you look at his record, it's very impressive. They're looking to see, again, here's another guy that could possibly be a star at that weight class that does need stars also. And yeah.
Apparently, Eric Anders was born in the Philippines.
Oh yeah. that was like a weird fact. I remember
Yeah.
his last fight. I remember hearing about it. I was like, oh,
All right. Yeah, then I'll just predict Anders wins by KO first round.
the Manny Pacquiao.
Gotta go for my guy.
Right hook.
I'm a fan now. And then we're gonna move on to the prelims. We have a middleweight bout: Jordan Wright versus Bruno Silva. I don't know who these guys are.
Yeah, I think Jordan Wright's been in the UFC a while. If I'm not mistaken. No, not a while. I take that back. Wrong Jordan.
Oops. He did get a win over Ike Villanueva. That was 2 fights ago last year.
Okay.
So that's
Kinda
a
looks
pretty
Kind of looks like Sage Northcutt if he had brown hair.
Well, he's a
That's
Texas guy, Jordan Wright.
Yeah, he's from
there
San
you go.
Antonio.
There you go. Okay. And then we have this. So the next 3 fights, and then moving into the main card is people I know and fights that I'm excited about. We have a heavyweight bout: Augusto Sakai, number 11th ranked heavyweight, versus Tai Tuivasa.
You mean
First-
Stone Cold Tai
Stone
Tuivasa.
Cold, sorry, Stone Cold
Right.
Tai Tuivasa.
Right.
One of 2 city kickboxing guys on the card. One of 2 New Zealand natives, and of course, I'm a big Adesanya fan. So I'm always rooting for his teammates. But I think this is going to be actually a pretty good fight.
Yeah.
From what I've
This
seen in
is a good
previews.
fight.
Augusto has a lot to lose, and he cannot afford
Yep.
an L on this one.
Yep.
Yeah, no, literally, he's back-to-back losses, finishes,
Oh wow.
Yeah.
and Tai Tuivasa is on I think a 3-fight.
Yeah, he's on a
he's-
3-fight win
he's
streak
killing
right
it.
now.
Yeah,
He's
so
And they're
Yeah.
all knockouts. All 3 of his wins are all
Man,
knockouts. So
that's the thing
That
with
la-
heavyweights.
That
man.
last one, man, like the way he just kind of recovered from being a little
Yep.
wobbly and then just
Yep.
stuck him.
Dude, that's the thing about heavyweights. It's like you can have a game plan, but then it all goes down the
Yeah,
drain
seriously.
with power. So it's like, you never
Yeah.
know. Like I hate choosing against heavyweights because I just don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
When an exchange occurs.
Very true. Yeah,
Mhm.
very true.
I will
It's
say-
it's scary to watch heavyweights fight sometimes.
It is. I will say Tai Tuivasa also, if he's not training out of CKB, he's also represented Tiger Muay Thai out of Phuket, Thailand. That camp is just a bunch of savages, and anyone coming out of that Tiger Muay Thai camp are like legit stars, the best of the best. So the fact that he's trained there and that team is with him, I'm all for Tai Tuivasa. If he wins, I'm doing a shoey. We're all doing shoeys.
Like a real shoe, dude. I'm about to buy like a Yeezy and just
Yeah, bro, I would definitely not drink out of any of my shoes.
yeah.
I'll
We'll just
in
stick
fact, you
with
know
it.
what? Fine. I'll drink out of one of my my soccer cleats.
Down to the shoey, the one that Kyle's drinking out of.
Yeah, I'll
dude.
drink out of that one. That's totally fine. All right, so next we have a bantamweight bout. I'm really excited for this one. Pedro Munoz
Me
versus
too.
Dominic Cruz. It's always good to see Dominic Cruz. He's a legend. This is a very interesting fight. I've seen some of Munoz fight. He's got a really wild he's got this thing where he just kind of like sits in and like just
He's
throws
a-
like super
he-
wide punches. It's
He's
very
also
interesting.
he's a pressure fighter.
Yeah.
But he also throws a lot of calf kicks. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm worried about Dominic Cruz on. So I'm still gonna root for
Yeah.
Dominic Cruz, but man, like, you know, every time Dominic Cruz retreats, that's when the kicks are available.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Dominic Cruz's footwork. He's just a wizard with his feet. But also, I mean, how old is this guy? Like, he's late 30s, I think.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see if his body will be able to hold up. Because he's had a lot of surgeries, I believe, right, on his knees.
Yeah,
on his feet.
Yeah, a couple of groin tears, obviously double knee surgeries. A lot of injuries.
Yeah.
That's why I was concerned more. I think last fight proved that he could still hold up with the young guys, and it's just Munoz is good at two things: front headlocks, which Dominic Cruz likes this knee tap takedown, but it does leave his neck exposed. And I wouldn't be surprised if Pedro Munoz jumps on it. And Pedro Munoz again does throw leg kicks, and he has power. Obviously, he knocked out Cody Garbrandt. Shoot, man, I always feel like every time Dominic Cruz fights, I'm like worried because, well, one, because I always pick him on my odds on my so I'm like, man, dude, don't mess up my parlay. But so I just hope he does well, and doesn't get hurt, obviously.
Yeah, for sure. And then the main event, I guess, of the prelims, or the featured bout is what they call it, something like that.
Yeah, they call it the featured bout.
Featured bout is featherweight bout between Josh Emmett and Dan. You said it's Ige? Ige, sure. I'm
disrespectful.
I know that was really bad. I'm telling y'all, I'm not like hardcore, but I'm not casual. I'm like, I don't even know where I am.
No, hey Jeremy, next time just don't correct them, dude. Yeah.
No, please.
Okay.
So obviously I'm unfamiliar with Ige, but I do know a little bit about Josh Emmett. But who you guys have in this one? This is also a very interesting one, I assume.
Josh Emmett has power. Like, he's is he coming off of a?
He's coming off an ACL tear. So his last fight was June 2020.
That's right.
Yeah.
So Dan Ige
should
get. I think Dan Ige should get the dub on this one.
I think he should get the fight too. His last fight was against Korean Zombie. Shout out to the Korean Zombie, and he got out grappled for most of the fight.
Yeah, Josh Emmett grappled.
Yeah,
if I had to guess.
Yeah, he also likes to take punishment too. Like, he'll stand and bang, right?
Yeah,
I feel like I've seen a lot of his past fights where he's like bloodied and bruised, and
I mean, there's a reason
ugly.
this is top bill on the preliminaries.
Mm-hmm.
They usually put that kind of fight on the prelims, so that way it encourages people to buy the pay-per-view.
Yeah, that's smart.
If that makes sense. Yeah,
for sure. All right, so we're gonna move on to the main card. With that being said, we're gonna start with the first fight of the main card, bantamweight bout, Paiva O'Malley. Very interesting. Obviously, we were talking about it off the air, and if you guys want to just kind of go back and talk about it, because I didn't even realize that Sean O'Malley is not ranked. If you guys want to just give a little insight on why that's going on and what's his deal.
All right. So obviously, if you watch any of Sean O'Malley's interviews, they always question him, like, why are you fighting unranked opponents? I think it's two reasons. One, he's proving that, like, one, you could be a big enough star to get paid that much money and not be ranked. He's getting paid than most of the ranked guys in multiple divisions. Two, the UFC, again, they're building up stars. They need a star at that weight class.
Yep.
And if they rush him and they make him fight, I don't know, like Jose Aldo right off the bat, it might not be good because he came off of the Contender Series and he was only like 7 or 8 fights in. So they need to build up this guy to eventually become like that star they predict him to be. But they can't put him on the prelims. They need eyes on him. So that way, I think from an audience perspective, we're like, oh yeah, we've seen this guy rise to the occasion, and we actually see his star rising. Instead of like he just comes out of nowhere and people are like, okay, who is this guy? Kind of like they're kind of like doing the opposite of what they did with McGregor. McGregor, they kind of pushed him into it. But with Sean O'Malley, they're slowly building him.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's something that they can learn from the McGregor stuff, because like, if he becomes too big too fast, he can just take his business elsewhere and do whatever he wants. And obviously the UFC wants to be able to have control over their stars, or at least as much control as possible. Totally makes sense. So do you guys have, O'Malley's a big time favorite. Do you guys have O'Malley winning this one, I assume?
Tough because Paiva, he's coming off a win against Kyler Phillips, and I was very impressed by that win. And he's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I thought he won. You don't think he won?
I watched that fight today. I rewatched that fight today. I was like, yeah, I guess I could see us barely, but with the knockdowns and all that Kyler Phillips got on him, I was like, man, Sean O'Malley might pick him apart.
Split, yeah. I will say that I will give the grappling edge to Paiva though, over O'Malley for sure. Agreed. So O'Malley on the ground really needs to just make sure like Paiva doesn't take his back. But other than that, it just stays a straight kickboxing fight like like Sean O'Malley's last fight. He's just going to be dancing all over him.
My gosh, yeah, he's going to send Paiva to the hospital if he does that. So yeah, I don't really know much about Paiva, so I'm just going to go with O'Malley because that's fair. I can say whatever I want.
Dude, that's fair though. This is why the UFC picked certain fighters fighting against Sean O'Malley, because you don't really care about who he's fighting because you don't really know who they are. They just want you to put eyes on O'Malley, and the whole image, with the hair and the style, like they're marketing. Sean O'Malley's a genius. So even his loss against Marlon Vera, it didn't damage his style.
It really didn't.
Yeah,
it really didn't.
Yeah, and I think people will understand circumstances of. He was not doing that great anyway. I don't think, from what I remember. Like I think Vera
it was very, very, very pressured him. Mistakes.
So it looked like he was, handling him, but still, it's injury's an injury. Yeah. You never know.
Yeah. Again,
I'm interested to see it. Yeah,
it's just a build up. They'll probably give him a ranked one if he beats Paiva. Yeah, they might give him a rank. They almost have to now.
Yeah, because you don't want to work backwards, right?
Right.
Kind of be a bit of a waste. All right, next fight, flyweight bout. I'm really excited for this one. Kai Kara-France and Cody Garbrandt. Garbrandt making his flyweight debut.
I don't know how he's.
I don't know
how he's doing it. When I found out, I was like, Garbrandt's gonna be a flyweight?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, TJ half killed himself.
Yeah, he had to take EPO.
That's what I'm saying. That's why there's been a lot of questioning of how Garbrandt's cardio is gonna be, how his body's gonna hold up, being such a lighter weight than he's used to. And he's going up against Kai Kara-France, who's got dynamite in his hands, bro. It's gonna be interesting.
It is. I think he's gonna be able to keep his speed. I don't know if his power is gonna
transfer.
I don't know if his power is going to transfer over with that weight cut, because a lot of people think, oh, I'm very on the fence on if you're not doing good in a weight class, you should kill yourself of 10 more pounds to get into a lighter weight cut or to a lighter weight class. I'm sorry. And is he still going to be effective losing 10 more pounds? I think it's a question that I'm asking, because I mean, Cody in that weight class, in his previous weight class, wasn't that bad, if we're being completely honest. Wasn't he the champ at his previous weight class too? Right?
Who?
Cody?
Oh, yeah, bantamweight?
Yeah,
bantamweight, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
he
then, TJ happened,
yeah,
right.
and then his
He
downfall
only
happened.
lost to what? TJ and then Pedro Munoz. And then Rob Font. So he's been losing to top flight guys.
Right.
You know what I mean? So to me, when I found out that he was going to 125, I'm like, I don't know if this is the right move. Granted, there's not a lot of like big names per se in flyweight, but man, you're going into a weight class with no names that can capitalize off beating you. You know what I mean? So it's he's got to keep his head on a swivel. Kai Kara France, he's a CKB dude. He won the Tiger Muay Thai tryouts in 2018. So he's a sponsored fighter with Tiger, and his leg kicks are nasty, bro. Nasty. And his last win was a knockout in the first round.
Yeah.
There's a reason why his nickname is Don't Blink. So I think I'm gonna. I don't know, Kyle. What do you think? Because I kind of want to go with Kai Kara France.
All right,
I'm going Kai Kara France.
I've seen Kai Kara France is good. He has gotten hit before, gotten rocked, but still managed to keep himself together. So he actually has a good chin. I think the question is can Cody, does his power, you know what I mean? He has that one hit and you're done power.
Yep.
Does that transfer over?
Yeah.
And I think they got Cody as the favorite in the odds last time I checked.
Yeah, he's minus 135.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's actually.
It makes sense. It makes sense, but I think.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna go with Kai Kara France. I think skill wise, he's gonna be quicker at this weight class because he's already used to being here.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I just, it's funny because with MMA, anything could happen. Cody could just swing and it lands.
Yeah.
Damn, and they're not gonna grapple.
So no, this is gonna be a straight kickboxing fight.
So if someone gets hurt,
I'm excited, man.
There's no wrestling. If someone gets hurt, it's they're gonna swing or drop, and it's man, I hate choosing fights like this, but I'll say Kai Kara France. Unanimous.
I'm unanimous. I don't think it's gonna. I think it's gonna be TKO round 2.
Oh, you think he's gonna finish him?
I think he's gonna finish him too, man.
I think he's gonna finish him. I'm gonna call TKO round 2.
If both the city kickboxing guys win by KO or some kind of finish, I'll do a shoey.
Hey, you heard it here. Hey, it's a shoe of our choice. You line them up, we get to choose the shoe.
And you gotta post it on the IG page.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay. Hopefully this one goes to decision or something. Next fight, we've got a welterweight bout. Jeff Neal versus Santiago Ponzinibbio. Don't know a ton about either of these guys. Welterweight, as Kyle said, is one that needs some names. It needs some fresh blood. I know was it welterweight where that one Brazilian guy came in, or is he a middleweight? Very recently, he came from another promotion and he won by knockout. I want to say he was on.
Are you talking about Adesanya's old nemesis?
That's middleweight.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
That's middleweight.
Oh, he's middleweight.
That's
Okay.
middleweight. That's middleweight.
Yeah.
You're talking
Then
about
welterweight. I mean, the field's been lapped twice now. I think officially, right? By Usman.
It's just those top 5 guys are really good, and so they keep winning against the bottom 5.
Yeah.
Jeff Neal, he's a good fighter. Power, lots of power.
He's from Dallas.
Oh yeah, he's a Dallas guy.
He's a Dallas
We'll
guy.
root for a Texas guy.
So you know, I already
Jeff
don't
Neal
like him
knockout
already.
round 1.
I already don't like him
I
already.
will say this. Though. I will say this. So Jeff Neal, if y'all have been watching the news, he recently got arrested for a DWI. So
that's right.
My thing is this, and this was like a week or 2 ago.
They're letting him fight still. Interesting.
Yeah. So my thing is like, man, why are you drinking in the middle of a fight camp? So I'm questioning if he's really taking this fight seriously or not. Because like when you're in fight camp, you're locked down. You need to make weight or else you lose your purse or a majority of your purse. So I'm kind of like, is he really taking this fight seriously or not? Like where is his mind at?
Yeah, he's also on a 2-fight skid right now.
Right.
Like I said, he has big power. Like he has power.
He looks like a big dude.
Very, very, very strong. And he likes to move around a lot, side to side. But Ponzinibbio, this is the guy they're looking at. He has a very, very nice flashy style. Also throws.
He's an ATT guy.
He has power. Yeah,
I think I'm gonna go for Ponzinibbio.
Yeah, I'll say Ponzinibbio, but man, like, you know, he does keep his hands kind of low. And if there's one technique I've seen Jeff Neal do that I'm just like, wow, that's pretty good for I don't expect a guy that size to do it, is he has a very nice round kick and he's a southpaw. So that's going to be like a mirror southpaw versus orthodox. And, you know, I'm just thinking, I'm like, man, if Ponzinibbio is just not minding his defense on that, he might get caught. But I would say Santiago should, he should get the dub on this one, especially because you said, like, now we don't know Jeff Neal personally, but you know, it's it is an alarming sign if you're getting arrested for DWI when you know you have a fight coming up. So
I think I'm gonna go with
Jeff
probably
Neal.
Jeff Neal winning a via disqualification, chair shot. There's gonna be interference, maybe a roll up. I don't know. No, I mean, yeah, I think with everything you guys said, Jeff Neal's for sure. No, I'm kidding. But Ponzinibbio, as long as he's got his head on straight, it sounds like he's probably the more focused fighter coming in. So yeah, why not him?
I will say Jeff Neal does have a lot more notable wins over Ponzinibbio. But
so this could kind of be like a big launching point for Ponzinibbio.
Yeah, exactly.
So like if Ponzinibbio can beat Jeff Neal, like he's getting up. He'll get up there in the ranks.
Yeah, he's gonna get.
Jeff Neal's beaten Mike Perry. He's beaten Nico Price. He's beaten Bilal Muhammad, Frank Camacho. Like those are some pretty notable wins. So
yeah, but what comes up on the horizon, man? Who wants to go up in the rankings with with Chimaev lurking right there?
I know. It's only a matter of time.
Man, get that.
Can Chimaev
No.
make
Keep me at number 15.
Again,
I don't want to. Huh?
Can he make 175 again? I feel like he's killing himself to get to 175.
I don't know, man. I don't know how he makes that weight, but
he's so big.
I'm just saying, man. Tank, like, bro. You just wait for other people to fight him. You know, whoever Santiago, if you win, just wait for other people to fight. You know, Chimaev, so that way it doesn't ruin your push.
It's true. All right, so yeah, I think we're all in agreement on that match or that bout. All right, now we have the co-main event. Oh man, I'm always excited to watch Nunez fight, regardless of who she's fighting. But man, she is a minus 1,000.
1,000.
Minus 1,000 1,000 favorite in her bantamweight title defense against Juliana Pena. Obviously, Juliana Pena did some politicking here and she kind of
She
just
did.
kept calling her out. She refused to fight anybody else. I don't think she's fought. When was the last time she fought?
Ugh, man.
It was Sarah
She
McMahon.
fought this year.
That was about
It was like
this
the
year.
beginning
was
of
this
the
year?
though.
Okay.
No, it was this year.
In
But
January.
it just seems like it's been a lot of talk, a lot of chatter, a lot of extra work on her part to get this fight against Nunes.
Yeah.
Look, I've seen a little bit of Pena. By all accounts, she's a talented fighter, but I don't see any scenario or any part of her game where Nunes doesn't she's not going to the ground with her. And
I will say this. As the fight goes on, less of a chance of a knockout, but Amanda's really crisp with her. She's really good at everything. So, but man, Pena's is a very decent wrestler. So if she's able to get her on the ground and control her, she has a chance, a very, very slight chance. I'll give it maybe 25-30% if I'm being generous.
So,
But
a little generous.
but the moment stuff's the takedown, she's gonna make her pay. So
100%.
It's tough,
well,
man.
the good thing about Juliana is she doesn't give up even when she's put on her back. So if she was to get sprawled on and punished, she's gonna work her way back up. She's not just gonna stay put. In terms of striking, obviously power does say a lot, and Amanda is very good at her range. It's not. I'll say it's not looking good for Juliana. You look at her record, you're just like, whoa, she got one win.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
she got the title. And yeah, she did a lot of promo for this, trying to get this match. But man, you know what I don't want to see? What I just don't want to see is I don't want to see if Amanda Nunes wins. I don't want her going up to Juliana Pena, say, hey, you want to hold the belt? Hey, good fight. You want to hold the belt? I can't stand that stuff, man. I'm like, dude, she just lost a match. Like when she did that to girl that recently retired, Felicia.
Anderson. Oh, Spencer.
Spencer.
Felicia
Yeah.
Spencer. Yeah.
Yeah. When she was like, hey, you want to hold my belt? I'm like, dude, what? You just
Yeah,
you
that's
just punished her for 5 rounds. Like leave her alone, man. Like, hey, you want to take a picture of my baby? Like, dude, that's why I'm going for Juliana Pena. I'm not kidding, dude. Like, I don't care if Amanda Nunes is my cousin. Just kidding. But yeah, it's just because of that left such a bad taste in my mouth. I hope Amanda Nunes underestimates her and she didn't train at all for this fight.
So I will say this fight, the last fight.
Can't believe what I just heard. I can't believe what I just heard.
Hey man, you want controversy?
Shocked.
Like Kyle,
Hey.
bro.
I'm shocked.
Hey, bro.
I thought I was gonna
this
be
man
the
is
one on
receiving
here.
A.
I thought I was gonna be the one with the wild takes because obviously I don't know as much as you guys, but
Hey,
that one.
Amanda Nunes,
Oh
if you ever meet in real life, please. This is just for the sake of comedy. Don't take this. Take what I say with a grain of salt.
She gonna knock your ass out. Every
Oh my
season.
god.
Bro, my last name is Nunez. We're cousins.
Oh, you're right. That's funny.
Okay, Jeremy, keep going. Sorry.
All right. So Amanda's last 2 fights were at 145. This fight is at 135. So I don't know if that weight cut is gonna maybe do something. Because the last time,
Look like it.
yeah, I mean, the last time at that weight class was 2 years ago, and it's like I've seen videos pictures of her recently, and she's still looking kind of big. So I don't know if she's gonna completely drain herself with the weight cut or not. I don't know, but that could be a possible X factor.
Yeah, I've seen some of like because I watch the embedded stuff, so I've seen like what she's doing with her like fight week training. She still looks she looks slightly leaned out, but for the most part she still looks the same. Obviously she loves that 145 weight because it's a lot more natural for her, but I do agree with some of your sentiments there, Jeremy. Like it because it has been 2 years since she had to do that cut. Might be a bit of an adjustment, but I don't know, man. She's the GOAT, man. Like,
greatest
also, for a reason.
Female fighter of probably all time.
Oh, all time, yeah, I think
she's
so.
The greatest. She's the female GOAT.
Behind Trish Stratus and Lita, of course.
Yeah, no, I mean, you know, like Charlotte Flair still has some work to do, but you know.
Oh, she'll probably get there as well.
Yeah, because you look at Amanda Nunes' resume, she like knocked out Ronda Rousey, she beat Holly Holm, she beat Cyborg, which everyone thought,
in the first
like,
round.
Dude,
she KO'd
that
her
one.
In the first
that
round.
was wild.
Yeah, because you know, I feel bad for Cyborg that she never got the recognition, the embrace as Amanda Nunes has right now, because you know the spot Amanda Nunes is in right now. That's what the MMA world was looking at Cyborg, like who's gonna beat her? Who's gonna beat her?
For the longest time. Yeah, for the longest time.
And
but it was outside of the UFC. Like that was the only you know, big distinction.
Yeah, and Amanda Nunes, if she beats Juliana Pena, like where does she go from here? She has no choice but to fight Shevchenko.
That's what I was going to. I wanted to segue to. I don't think Amanda won the second fight against Shevchenko. I really think Shevchenko won. Still hold that.
Yeah, it's fair.
I still hold that thought. I think she got robbed.
So does she.
And I think it's the only fight that makes sense is the Shevchenko fight. Do it a third time and like solidify it. And honestly, I think Shevchenko wins because she wants that win back, bro.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Amanda Nunes needs a challenge because she right now she's literally unchallenged.
She's literally cleaned out like both the divisions already.
Yeah, and Shevchenko's on her way to doing that too, I think.
But you know, Juliana Pena's about to ruin that party. You know what I'm saying? So.
Oh my gosh,
dude! Look at the odds. Look at the odds. Tell me you won't bet $100 on Juliana Pena. It's like 680 plus 6. No,
plus 650.
650.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So
Can you imagine?
You bet 100, you get 700 back or 750 back. Oh man.
Dude, there was that report 2 fights ago where I think Amanda was minus 1,000 again, and someone bet 10 grand she would win, and she did. And I was like, that guy really only got like $1,000 or something like that. I was like,
hey, at least he didn't lose 10 grand, so that's
and I was matters,
like, right? He probably maybe it was like his first time betting.
Yeah,
had no idea what he was doing.
My analyst side is saying, you know, bet Amanda Nunes. Like that's the lock. Mm-hmm. Like you look at this whole card. That's the lock. Oh yeah. But the you know, the dog in me is saying, no, bro.
The opportunity is too juicy for him not to take a bite. Kyle just wants to take a bite.
Dang, bro. You gotta support his cousin, man.
Yeah, but you know, it's like my wallet is saying, dude, Amanda Nunes, please. You know, but my my controversial, my kayfabe side is saying Juliana Pena.
Oh my gosh. All right, this is getting out of hand. So it's probably getting more out of hand as we head to our main event of the night. Lightweight. Undisputed lightweight title bout. The champ. Charles do Bronx. Oliveira
This
taking
this
on
is
the
the hardest one.
challenger.
This is the hardest one to pick.
Taking on the
This is a
challenger,
hard
who is
one.
the favorite, minus 155, slim favorite.
Slim.
Dustin the Diamond Poirier, obviously.
The
Poirier
Diamond,
coming off
baby.
2 big wins against Conor McGregor, 2 of the biggest wins of his career. Obviously, his last one, different situation, but I mean, he was going to win that fight. I think we
He
can
was
all
gonna win that
agree
fight.
the way it was
He was gonna win
going.
that fight.
I think McGregor breaking his ankle might have been the best thing that could have happened for him, to save a little bit of face there.
Yeah.
And then Oliveira had what some would say was a improbable win against Michael Chandler to pick up the title, mainly because if you saw that first round, started with Oliveira doing pretty well, and then all of a sudden Chandler rocked him, and it looked like it looked like it was getting close to a finish, and then Oliveira, 7 or 8 seconds in the second round, hits him with a clean left hook, sends him night, wins the title. It's probably my favorite moment of the year so far. Just because again, I'm a big Do Bronx fan, and just the way that, because like I'll be honest, like I was starting to have my doubts at the end of the first. I was like, once Oliveira was doing that thing where he was like literally on the canvas, he was like just trying to move out the way. I was like, oh no. I was like, no, please, not in Houston, not where you trained for a bit.
Probably one of the greatest comebacks.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Like it.
Greatest comeback.
And it answered a criticism. It answered a Charles Oliveira criticism everyone's had for like the longest time. So if you watch MMA for a while, you see this guy like has his ups and downs, and it always seemed like he would break. Like when the guy, when push comes to shove, he breaks.
Yeah, he breaks.
But that fight, he just did not break, man. He stayed composed. He didn't jump to any grappling exchanges, which you would think with his resume he would. No, he decided to stand. He had complete trust in his hands.
Yeah.
He's beating people that are supposed to outstrike him.
I think for sure going to the Chandler fight, he knew he wanted to prove something on standing up, because like, I mean, a lot of times I've seen when, I think part of the reason why he has so many submission wins is that he'll knock a guy down and then just immediately grab the neck, and then 3 seconds you're done. But this one, he caught him with the left hook and then like walked him down. He didn't even really like charge after him. He just stayed composed, and he's like, no, I'm gonna give you a jumping knee, give you a couple more, and then that last straight, finished it. I was very impressed with the way he handled that whole situation for first round, and then also like how it led to the KO. And before I said it to you guys, I've been waiting for somebody to bring this up, right? So obviously we're looking a little ahead of here, or I'm looking a little ahead of myself. But I know Gaethje's been talking that talk about Oliveira, continues to have the sentiment that Oliveira has no heart and stuff like that. Something Oliveira said yesterday in the interview, and something I've been thinking about, is that we saw how impressive Gaethje was, and the striking masterclass he put on Michael Chandler, but he didn't finish him. And Oliveira was able to finish him. And I think something that people are like starting to like, obviously you'll get like the analysts and DC and those guys who will always bring up the technique that Oliveira has. And I think his technique in striking is so like clean right now that these guys that think that they're going to come in and just overpower him and just land shots on him, like Chandler did, I think are in for a rude awakening. Now, I will say that you guys were talking about when we watched that fight, Chandler should have gone to the body way more than he did. So I'm interested to see if Poirier takes from that game plan that Chandler had and tries to double down, tries to go for more leg kicks, more shots to the body to see if he can open up Oliveira's head. But for me, it's my bias, but I do have Oliveira winning. I don't think this goes a distance either way. I don't think there should be a finish for sure, but I'm gonna say third round submission. Darce choke. He's bringing out the Darce.
Wow.
That's actually a very fair.
Yeah, that's a fair
prediction.
Yeah,
I would.
Man,
I will say that, man, if it goes on the ground, I'm gonna be scared for Poirier
Yeah,
because
I was-
you're talking about the guy that has the most submissions, most wins by submissions in the UFC. He's got a nasty guillotine, nasty guillotine, man. So it's tough. Oh man, I don't know, because like those shoot to box guys are like no joke.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Diamond, man. I believe in the diamond way too much. I think I followed Dustin's career for a long time.
Yeah.
And his boxing is just next level. Like he just needs to keep this a kickboxing fight. And I think Dustin has proven that when he gets into really, really bad situations, he knows how to persevere through them. He knows how to keep calm. And I think even if Oliveira takes him on the ground and tries to go for the submission, he's going to get caught in some nasty submissions possibly. But I think Dustin is going to just persevere. He's going to stay calm and he's going to just grind through it. I believe in Dustin's hands, man. Daya Ali Davis is his boxing coach. That's Howard Davis Jr.'s son. And so Dustin, his record, right? 28-6, 1 no contest. 14 of his wins are by knockout. So we're talking about a 50% KO win ratio.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And-
I'm gonna say. So wait. Sorry, Kyle.
No, go
So
ahead.
you said submission round 3.
Darce choke. It's going to be
Oliveira
the
by
Darce.
Darce. I think
I'm getting very specific.
that's very specific.
I think that
I'm
would
gonna
only be the
go-
second. That would only be the second win by Darce, and he was the first one, right?
A couple Darce strokes.
Dustin Poirier was known for the Darce
Yeah,
choke.
he's got a
Okay.
pretty good Darce.
When Oliveira did it at the time, was that the first Darce win?
No.
I feel like I remember. Okay, then we're gonna
I
edit this
will-
part out, so that's fine.
No.
I'm saving face.
Keep it in.
I'm saving face here.
No. So if you're going Oliveira round 3, I'm gonna go Poirier TKO round 3.
Okay. That's yeah. I also feel like this is gonna be a finish. So with because Oliveira wilts, you tended to wilt when you hit him in the body a lot. But no one's done that to him in a while, good while, obviously. Yeah, I feel like Dustin Poirier, because this is a southpaw versus generally, I think, Oliveira
Usually orthodox. Yeah,
fighter.
usually.
I think this is going to present a new look for Charles Oliveira. And Jeremy was right. When push comes to shove, Dustin Poirier tends to show that he can withstand adversity. When it comes to the ground, man, shoot, you're right. When it comes to the ground, Charles Oliveira is an opportunist. And most of his submission wins are when guys either really press up against him against a cage and he just grabs your neck, or he hurts you and he just jumps on you with the submission. But I think Dustin Poirier, with all of his skill set on the feet, I think he's going to give Charles Oliveira some problems. I think Charles Oliveira might panic wrestle. I think Dustin Poirier is going to submit him.
Ooh.
Wow.
Hey,
my
look
gosh.
at Charles Oliveira's last couple losses. Guillotines. And Dustin Poirier has been talking about like he has a wicked guillotine, and I believe him. And something Dustin Poirier said, the story actually made me tear up when he was talking about his mom was talking about when he won the interim belt. She was saying that Dustin Poirier called her and he was like, now no one can ever call me a loser again. And I was like, wow, that's, here's a guy that really doesn't take his place for granted, and he doesn't mind an ugly fight. I don't know if Charles Oliveira wants 5 rounds of torture. You know what I mean?
That pressure.
Yeah.
This is the blue collar guy of the UFC right here.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
so I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I will say, I mean, this is a big difference between him getting in the cage with Ferguson, who's, like 3-loss streak, Ferguson, who's still obviously like a dangerous guy versus like a hot Poirier. I think because I mean, Ferguson also was probably the last guy that like Oliveira fought that like could have been a really dangerous thing, like if it just stood and traded.
Yeah.
I do not understand how Tony did not tap from that armbar. That
Dude,
was nuts.
I mean,
That
I don't
was
know how.
nuts. You just built differently, bro.
Not only that,
Just
but
built
like
differently.
his fight after that, like he almost got his knee snapped too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's built different for sure.
And dude, you can't tell me that you don't think that Dustin Poirier, there's like a destiny about him. It feels like it's destiny. He has to be the lightweight champion. Like not interim, but undisputed. I don't, when it comes to like, obviously when it comes to betting, I try to throw all that out the window, but Dustin Poirier is a special exception. Yeah, because I would say he's one of my favorite fighters. Actually, probably my favorite fighter at lightweight right now. So yeah, I'll go with Dustin Poirier, 3rd round submission, since he already got the TKO. Well, I'll do the submission, and then
Man.
I'll do Charles Oliveira 3rd round TKO. So that way I never lose.
Hey man, I get it. You guys love a good story. You love apparently you love your, especially in the lightweight division, they love their blue collar American, these corny American lightweight fighters who have these family personas. They got the good looks. Yeah, Oliveira doesn't speak English. We need to read subtitles. But man, that's my champion. I don't need American champions. I don't need guys I can understand. I want a guy.
English, dude.
In fact, I want a guy who I don't even know what he's saying. He'd be talking trash about me, and I'm still gonna be like this the whole time. You want your Cinderella stories? Well, guess what? Charles Oliveira has been an underdog his whole life. In fact, he's the champ, and he's still the underdog on Saturday. So guess what?
You're not wrong. He is the underdog.
He is the underdog. So you know what? You know what, Kyle? You know what, Jeremy? You thought you were crying when Chandler got knocked out. Imagine how many more tears will be shed Saturday night. December 11th, live on pay-per-view, when Charles Oliveira puts your boy, your favorite lightweight fighter, to sleep.
Dude, wow. Now that I know that you're anti-America, I'll never like, okay, bro.
That was your takeaway. That was your takeaway from that.
Yeah, the everything was just
his true colors showed. His true colors showed.
Yeah, dude. Show that flag in the back, Jeremy. No, don't forget, bro. It's I don't know about Houston Dynamo, but yeah, with that flag.
Yeah, disrespectful.
All right, so yeah, so those were our takes. Hopefully, some of them. I mean, we all, I think, agreed on a lot of the fights. I think it's really just this last one, and then I don't know if Kyle's. I can't really tell if Kyle's take on the Pena Nunes fight is real or not, but
it's real. He's being completely serious.
No, dude. What, bro? Everything I say on here, there's like a 75 bit of truth, 25% of buffer, just in case it comes back to me. In case I meet Amanda Nunes in real life and she's like, "Hey, you were on that podcast, right? I heard what you said."
You were on that anti-American podcast, right? The host is the anti-American.
Yo, bro, bring back the other guys, man. Get this anti-American out of the podcast, dude.
Yeah. Can we have the real host of the Large Guys podcast, Kyle Esteban, to be?
Kyle is still suspended, so no, we can't.
Oh damn.
You saw it, caught him.
Yeah, yeah, basically. He's been in protocol for like the last 5 months or something like that.
Gotcha.
But before we end, I do want to do something a little different that we haven't really done much, because you guys, like I said, are on the pulse of the fight world. Do you guys just want to give some special shout outs to like maybe other fighters and other promotions that like not many people, or even like me for sure, like I really only watch one championship outside of UFC, just because it's accessible to me because it's on TNT. So I know a bit about some of their fighters, but you guys want to give some shout outs to some maybe lesser known fighters that, who knows, we might see on a bigger stage at some point?
For bantamweight, if you're looking for a bantamweight, Bellator just announced their bantamweight tournament, and Sergio Pettis, who's the champion, Anthony Pettis' younger brother, is a bantamweight champ, and he just fought Kyoji Horiguchi.
That's our boy. Kyle and
Kyoji,
I love that guy.
If you look on my Instagram, you see me taking a picture with Kyoji Horiguchi. It's when he approached me, say, "Hey, Kyle, can you take a picture with me?" So I have proof. But Kyoji was working him, and Sergio Pettis at the last exchange gets a spinning back fist, knocks him out.
Clean.
I turned off the TV because I couldn't stand. Dude, I couldn't stand it. I was like, he was winning. I turned it off. I didn't want to tear up. I went to the room. I was like, I'm going to bed. So, but the bantamweight. So Kyoji has another chance if he wins this tournament. So the bantamweight tournament at Bellator is where it's at right now.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy, no other promotions?
I kind of keep up. I'm more of UFC 1, sometimes Bellator. Some lesser known names that I try to keep up with in the UFC. Well, he's not going to be a lesser known name now, but Rafael Fiziev just knocked out Brad Riddell. That was a nasty knockout. So he's on the rise, man. Like you wanna pay attention to that guy. That whole division is pretty. Even like top 10 is cool, but like the bottom 15 like isn't bad either. You have Brad Riddell, who's also a TKB City Kickboxing Tiger Muay Thai guy. Fiziev's a Tiger Muay Thai guy. Then Arman Sarukian is the guy that I think is probably is the dark horse of like that bottom division. I'm big on Song Yadong, bantamweight division.
Yeah,
So
I actually know who he is. Interesting.
Keep an eye on him. But other than that, that's probably that's probably all I've got so far off the top of the head.
Yeah, I would say ONE FC is probably the second best promotion in terms of entertainment, only because there's something for everybody. They do MMA, Muay Thai, kickboxing, even straight jiu-jitsu grappling.
Yeah, they're gonna do submission stuff.
Yeah, so
they're gonna do MMA fighters versus Muay Thai fighters.
I did see that.
That was supposed to happen.
Yeah, I remember when that came out. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, so I think they're offering something different. So if you're a fight fan or just curious of, is it just UFC? No, it's not just UFC. No, ONE FC I think has something for everybody. And other than that, I think it's very easy to find fights now because there's one happening literally every single week.
Accessible.
Yeah,
you can.
And I think people don't realize how many professional fighting organizations might be around their city or in their state.
Yeah, and support. You want to support your local fighters too.
Yeah,
because they're the ones that are going to get the chances, and if more people show up to local events, that keeps them fighting, and that gives them a chance to make it to the big leagues. So you want to support your local events.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I got a couple names for you guys. This one guy, he's in Bellator. You may know him as the former Jack Swagger, Jake Hager.
Jake Hager.
Jake
Hager.
The undefeated, right? Is he still undefeated? I think he is.
Oh man.
Yeah.
The undefeated Jake Hager, and then there's this girl. I don't think many people know her that much, but she's in bare knuckle fighting. I think her name's Paige Van Zant. I think she's this new star on the rise as well. She also dabbles in wrestling apparently. But actually on like real talk, because Jeremy posted on the story, I forgot, what were you doing for her? For Jackie Bunton? You didn't spar with her, right?
I didn't spar with her. I would have been on the ground multiple times. But yes, you got to support our fellow Filipino American fighters, man. And she's fighting at the highest level of Muay Thai in the world.
She's killing it too.
So she's killing the game right now. Her, Janet Todd, they're just killing it. Shout out to Boxing Works out of Los Angeles, California, man. That's probably one of the best Muay Thai gyms in America right now. So Pope Joy and the whole team, they are technicians, man. They are just crazy. So I'm on the Buntan hype train. I'm on the JT fight train. I might pick up a pair of Jackie Buntan's fight shorts. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I saw she released a line a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Dang, man. Big fan. I would love to see you wearing one of Jackie Buntan's fight shorts, actually.
Yeah, women's size only, please.
Women's, specifically for.
I don't think there's a difference.
There's not.
But yeah, no, for sure. I'm a big supporter of her ever since I saw that she was or that Jeremy posted about her, and I was like, well, who is this? And then I watched some of her fights, and then that was when I really discovered that there was a Muay Thai division in one, and I was like, this is kind of crazy stuff. I love a good Thai clinch, especially like a knee out of the Thai clinch. That's my go-to move in UFC 4.
Oh, there you go.
So that's how I get all my knockouts. But
it reminds me, let's say you don't want to watch pro fights, there's a YouTube channel called Street Beefs.
Oh,
if you want to see Jeremy clowns on it because it's literally a bunch of guys that just walk up. Some of these guys are amateurs. Some of these guys, it's their first fight ever, like barely any training.
My gosh.
Gosh. And it's in the backyard. They have like a makeshift cage. It's amazing, dude. Like me and Ken, 2020 New Year's, there was no UFC, no MMA for the first Saturday, that Saturday. So we're like, man, what do we watch? It's just us two. So we watched Street Beefs until the New Year's, and
that's how you rang in the New Year.
Yeah, it's how we. Yeah, there are some characters in there because they never use their real names, so there's always a nickname.
Okay, dope.
So and some of the nicknames are just crazy, and I've been begging Jeremy to go on there because they have a Houston event. I'm like begging Jeremy, dude, you can mark these dudes.
What would you have Jeremy's nickname be if he went on?
Oh my god.
The Filipino creamsicle.
How about the bronchitis brawler?
Yes.
Bronchitis brawler.
No, the bronchitis buster.
Buster, yeah, like that one. That's better. Or the bronchitis banger. I think that's a good one too.
I'm gonna take a hit of my inhaler before I announce my name.
I was just trying to give him the most like fruity nickname ever. Just like something like everyone just underestimates him. Like, oh man, yeah, no way this guy can fight, but he just murks people. That's a good one though. The
bronchitis buster.
That sounds like a pro wrestling move. Oh no, the bronchitis buster!
My God, he is broken in half.
Yeah, but in all seriousness, also I'd say to people out there, train. Like find like martial arts gyms, MMA gyms, jiu-jitsu gyms, Muay Thai gyms are super available than now more than ever. So it's always good to support local business. That was like the theme for 2020. Support local business. Drop in, try a class, maybe you'll like it, and then so that way you can understand like
what's happening in the fight.
what's happening in the fight, and you grow there's an appreciation that grows because you're like, oh man, these guys, what they're doing is really hard, you know.
The stuff that you find boring, once you start to train, you're gonna realize, oh damn, that was very impressive. Oh man, that was really, really cool what he just did. And it's the small subtle things that you won't even catch. The normal casual fan isn't even gonna catch. Because whenever Kyle and I watch fights, we don't really have a bad thing to say about. We don't say, oh, this fight sucks. Oh man, this fight was trash. The things that we're looking out for are like very clean techniques, very subtle things, nuances in the fighters. So, but you only pick those up if you train. So if you want to get your hands right, get into boxing. You want to get your legs right, get into Muay Thai. You want to learn how to double leg someone, and I want to learn how to arm bar. He's been trying to hit. He's been trying to saying he wants to get a triangle choke on Pau. Hey, bro, you're only going to learn how to do that if you train. So I better see him in the jiu-jitsu gym. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I've seen footage of him trying. And this is granted, it was like a year ago. It didn't look pretty. I think Kyle almost hurt himself. But
I can show him how to do it. Like he
because
can get
like
no
Kyle
problem.
and Kyle tried like the normal one where Kyle's on his back, but Pal's like a much bigger guy, so like Pal basically crushed him still. So like we thought about we're like it'll probably have to be some kind of variation where maybe Kyle's on his side and then he hooks the legs around on his side while Pal's on his side facing him. I think
You're
that's
about
probably
to make me throw up from this description.
Yeah, sorry. This is out of context. Obviously, hopefully people understand what we're talking about here. But yeah, and
it's just the technique. I'm thinking about the technique. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about?
I don't know. I just know that
Hey,
your normal triangle is not going to work with those two guys.
So for those of you who don't know, Kyle is a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He teaches
Kyle Nunez, not Kyle
classes.
Esteban.
Not Esteban, Kyle Nunez. If you're looking for a place to train, you live in the Cyprus area, dark side, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, man. That place is a bunch of killers. Even their white belts are killers, bro. For real. Real talk.
Yeah, Houston. Where do you train at, Jeremy?
So I train out of Sammy's Muay Thai on the north side of town, North Houston Spring area. I'm wearing one of their shirts right now. So look up Sammy's Muay Thai in Houston if you want a good pad holder. If you really want to get work, if you're really trying to be tired at the end of a workout, seek me out. Hey, Jeremy, can you hold pads for me? Dude, I'm going to kill you. Trust me. So train hard, bro.
For sure. And
you
I mean,
appreciate the fights.
if you only have an hour and a half to 2 hours of time and you want to learn some fighting, Never Back Down is free on YouTube with ads. So if you want to get a crash course, Never Back Down. That's how I learned how to fight.
Dude.
Okay, cool.
It's like we're like seriously promoting martial arts, and he has to come up with. I can't even like respond to that.
I was just waiting for. I was like, "Come on, let's see it, Kyle. I know you're gonna break. I know you're gonna break."
That was a good one, dude. I did not expect that. Whatever, dude.
All right, well, that's gonna wrap up our Fight Bites predictions of the UFC 269 pay-per-view happening this Saturday, December 11th. Oliveira versus Poirier is headlining that one. Just want to give a big shout out and a thank you to Kyle and Jeremy. I'm sure we'll have you guys on another time because this
you
is
want
actually
to
a
watch
really
the fight? We're gonna watch it at Kyle and Kim's house. Help pay for the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be
Pay for the
Dallas, so
pay-per-view or pay for the wings. It's one or the other.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. But yeah, I just want to thank you guys. Definitely want to have you guys on again. A lot of good insight, especially for really serious stuff. Then I can just crack a joke at the end just to kill the mood. So I think it's perfect dynamic that we have going here. Thank you guys. If you're a first time listener, hit the subscribe button, please.
Get them to
follow us on
100.
Instagram. Please get us to 100. Jeez. We've been at 97 for like
damn 3.
we've been at 97 for about like 97 months, I think. So
I'm
I
gonna-
guess
I'm going to unsubscribe and subscribe to give y'all hope.
that's not how it works. It's not how it works. But yeah, you can also follow us on Instagram, on Twitter. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, basically, Google Podcasts as well. Basically anywhere except for Facebook, because that is not our demographic. So stop sending us emails about it, because we don't want to start a Facebook page. It's only for like old people, and that's really it.
And communists, but whatever.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, so be on the lookout, guys. We'll have some more stuff coming out this month. We'll do our Christmas show. We'll do our best of 2021 TV show coming up soon. And
Did
to
you guys
kick
do
off
a
next year.
fantasy football pod? I was hoping
No, we
it didn't
didn't.
work out.
We'll probably do like a playoffs thing. I think
Okay.
I think we're gonna start once Kyle is off of suspension. I think we might be able to do some more stuff. But yeah, and then maybe beginning of next year.
Esteban, not Nunez.
Yeah, not
or
me.
both. Or both.
Yeah.
Or
Or both.
Yeah, maybe not. But yeah, and then yeah, like I said, we'd love to have you guys again on for another prediction, or maybe even like a post fight reaction next year. Or I mean, if you guys want to come on here and just vent and have a cry session when Oliveira beats Poirier, I'll have the Zoom link ready for you guys as well.
All right.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, until then, we'll see you guys. Peace out. God bless.
Thank you.